Anyways, I was saying that I clicked on Wix thing because I wanted to hear someone defend the fucking Signal group chat thing. Like, for all the people that have lost their minds over the past 20 fucking years over everything to do with Hillary Clinton. I say 20 years, 10 years. About Hillary Clinton and Benghazi and Hillary Clinton and the emails and all of that shit, okay? Like, for them to try and poo-poo this, which is infinitely worse, is just unfucking believable, dude. Your doctor can read lips like the HAL 9000 computer? Yeah, seriously. Like, I have no idea how the fuck we got through a 30, 45-minute call to get me my Vyvanse. Guess what, guys? That's right. Stream update. All right? Are you guys ready for some Sond news? Haha. We're going to have some fucking medicine starting tomorrow. We are going to be fucking concentrating on this fucking stream, y'all. We're about to be so fucking efficient with our time, y'all. We're going to be seeking debates, okay? Instead of passively allowing them to happen if they happen. We're going to be actively seeking them out because we can, because we'll be able to concentrate on shit, all right? We won't be getting high every stream like we are right now, all right? Anyways. Let's see what people's defense of this stupid fucking Signal chat stuff is.
Front of the principal's office.
Well, the committee was planned in advance.
And of course, the second that I go to listen to something, now my audio is all fucked up. So now I have to go back in here and do this. There we go.
Right? For them to be set in front of the committee and heard. I don't think that was inappropriate for him to release in timing as he does.
He should release the logs of his vetting process.
He can't.
And that would make
the vetting process, what do you mean?
I think it's pretty bad how loose the protocols for dropping bombs are. One guy says so, and a few hours later they are raining down. Welcome to the chain of command, letting her go.
My only response to basically that part is that I just can't make a determination.
What is preventing you from making the determination?
Has Goldberg ever worked with classified information before?
No, but he did talk, again, in the report that he did release, he did mention that he did talk to people who have.
That's good. Show me who. At least, what, like...
You want names? Okay. I don't...
What's this guy's contention?
Bad, but...
I want, if you're showing me, like, any of the logs, and it's the logs of them talking about, like, messing with the Europeans, or, like,
yeah, I don't care too much about that.
Yeah, but like that's the only logs I've seen, you know?
Because the rest of it's fucking probably classified fucking information.
Money on it.
And he's gonna release more.
Yeah, a cool $20 bill with Andrew Jackson's face on it. Okay, right? And you were like, okay, I'm gonna bet money whether or not he's telling the truth about the classified information, based on the details that he has released publicly, the details that have been corroborated by the White House. How likely it is, where would you be putting your $20? That he's telling the truth or that he made it up?
Don't bet, kids. It's bad for your health.
How's it going, Pluto?
Probably on the I don't know. Where's the
no,
like,
okay. I
number?
think that you're being overly
they
skeptical.
Don't know. Yeah, sure. I'll take that.
And I think that this is preventing you from processing the information properly.
I don't have all the information, Wig.
You don't need all the information. You don't need complete and 100% information to make inferences based on incomplete data. We do this all the time. I don't know for certain exactly how much gas is in my car, but I have incomplete data that I can make an inference that there is some gas in my car, okay? And we can make a decision based on that. And we do this all the time, and I don't think that's wrong to do.
You know, I've been good, Pluto. Sorry, one second. I'm going to try and figure out where I'm supposed to go real quick, and then we'll keep on listening. But where am I supposed to go? Oh, hold on. Maybe I go up and under. Where do I go? Where doth I go? Where do I go? Where do I go? As soon as I find out where I go, then we'll keep on listening. There has to be somewhere I'm supposed to go. Oh, maybe it's just show up on the outside. Haha, like that. There we go. All right. But yeah, everything has been going pretty good. I'm officially started work at my good, well-paying job. I'm chilling right now doing school, and I'm finally going to be medicated, so we'll be having a better time on stream, and we'll be doing better in school. So everything as of today is finally looking like it's all coming together. So speak.
Is there anything else
Thank you.
that you have an issue with?
A whistle blown cannot be unblown, but apparently we can see here it can be half blown. So journalists, do your job. Give us enough to judge. I don't think this arises any to the. I think we agree this doesn't arise to any of the point of intent. So that honestly does throw away like half of the stuff that I wanted to say. It's small potatoes.
Yeah, why would anyone care if they
Really
intended
proof
for
in
it to
this
leak?
Specific case. It's
That's not the
protecting
point
European
of the
assets
issue
mainly,
at
or maybe
hand.
even Israeli assets. And I think.
Listen, I'm sorry. Like I'm all for if someone wants to hate Hillary Clinton. If someone wants to hate Hillary Clinton for being a horrible, classified information holder and just the worst person ever for that, and it was a miscarriage of justice, where the fuck is your energy on this, dude? Tim Pool said it was deliberate to get the journalist as a joke. That's cope, and Tim Pool knows it's cope. No, I shouldn't say that on stream. No, I'm sitting here considering it, and I know I can't talk about that on stream. Internet gas. Remind me to ask you a question about something that is stream related. Okay? You're one of my weirdos? Well, I appreciate it, man. This conversation is so awful. We barely into it, and we came into the conversation like halfway through. So, oh, you fucking bitch! You think you thought you could fucking just waddle away from me? You were wrong. I was just watching on Wick. Yeah, like, is this guy's argument like was his entire like saving grace for the conservatives here that they didn't mean to? Don't answer things that's going to get you in trouble. No. It's not that it's going to get me in trouble. The thing that I can't talk about, it's an opportunity for something on stream, but I don't know if it's like a... What? You bitch. Hey, bitch. Fuck you. It's just something that like might happen, but it's not like at all confirmed. So I'm not sure if I should even talk about it. But yeah, I just like I'm starting to like realize, and maybe this is cope from me, okay? But I think that like things are getting so fucking wacky, and it's on such a fucking no. You know what? I can't say this. I can't make statements like this anymore. And you guys should verbally and textually berate me every single time I say something along the lines of, I think I understand them now. Okay? Every single time I say something along the lines of, I think I understand them, just completely fucking destroy me with words. Okay? Ignore everything that I was about to say. I was going to say, like, at a certain point there, like, this is getting so fucking ridiculous. Like, I think the writing's on the wall, and they're going to have to change. Going to have to change the way that they look at this, because they can't keep on defending this, but they can, because it's not about defending what's true. It's about defending their guys, you know. Hutch debated a guy who was, well, link me that if it's funny to watch. Put Trump in your title so you get 100 viewers. That's what DogHouse is doing. You know what? Since you told me to, I will. Instead of Sondsol PC small chat, we'll put Trump PC small chat. And we'll just change that on YouTube. Save. All right. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, like the stream. Liking the stream helps me out more than you know. You lost when you decided to watch Wiki. You guys are fucking brutal, dude. Jesus Christ. But yeah, like, I don't know. I think something that's starting to like completely wear down on my psyche is like I don't think I've ever claimed to be some like mega mind like super. I'm like super, I would say like average to like slightly below average. I don't think that I'm a particularly smart person, right? Actually, I can't say that I'm below average. If I'm being honest, I'm probably average. Maybe slightly like 1% higher than average. All right? That's how I view myself. I look at holy shit, I totally lost my train of thought because I saw chat. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. Like, I don't think that I'm like a super smart person, right? But every smart person in the entire world right now is struggling to come up with some way to understand the conservative movement in the US. Like, everyone's trying to understand Trump supporters, because even Trump supporters and even, you know, conservatives broadly, right? The people at the top, they don't think that he's doing good things. They think he's doing bad things, right? You were saying you're dumb? Yeah, exactly. Thanks. What the fuck is going on? Oh no, I hate this part, dude. Fuck my life. Let me pause this for a second. Yes, everyone, say hello to the like button for me, please. But I don't have the ability to understand them. That's something that, like, you know, and I've said this a million times. I'm sure people that have watched my stream on a regular basis know, right? I have made hardcore attempts to understand the point of view of conservatives, right? Like I grew up in the deep South, right? I have friends that are conservatives. I had conservatives that were mentors growing up, right? Like I understand like the basic like, you know, I understand like the basic underlying, you know, philosophy, the basic underlying like feelings of things. But like, holy shit, dude. All of the principles that I knew and like attributed to conservatives are just like out the window is the thing, right? I don't know how to engage with these people, right? This isn't, yeah, well, see, like sourcing support, I feel like that's true, right? And I feel, but like, if it's that simple, then we're fucked, right? Like it has to be something. There has to be something more, because it feels like conservatives just fucking hate liberals, and liberals just want. I'm not going to say that liberals don't hate conservatives, but I don't think that they hate all conservatives. I think that they would be fine with, you know, early 2000s style Republicans at this point. Get your bag and don't stress about it. It's hard not to stress about it, but I don't have the ability to act cool and above it, you know. I don't have that anime, you know, pro tag energy. I wish I did, but unfortunately, I don't have the anime pro tag energy. I have retard energy, and all I can do is weaponize that on my stream. That's all I can do. The mainstream media is never going to answer because it ruined its credibility. But like, dude, you realize that conservatives, you guys are like trying to find every single day. There's a new thing for you guys to defend. And it feels like you guys are getting tired of it, right? Like when I was a socialist, right? It got really fucking hard and really tiring to try and defend this crazy, stupid, dumb shit that other socialists did. Like, oh, well, it's not all of us or any blah, blah, blah. Oh, well, what they really meant was this. And at a certain point, it's like, man, no, you know what? These guys are fucking retarded. No, you know what? I can't say that I'm on the same team as these people because these people are fucking bad people. They're bad people and they're doing stupid shit. Right? Like when I was a socialist, what was the stupid shit they were doing? Weird polycule shit, fucking and sucking like no other, and getting into drama because of that. Shooting each other for like 1% differences in political ideology. Me tooing everyone with like false Me Too allegations, you know? Political climate is all our fault. Look no further than in your own mirror, as well as I do. We let these fucks run roughshod for decades. That's the reality. We fucked around, and now it's time to pay the piper. Well, I feel like a lot of this stuff was set into motion before I ever got the chance to fucking have a say in it. I mean, Twitch politics was nearly dead by the time I got into it, you know? I didn't even have a chance to poison anybody's mind. Which is fucking gay as shit. I didn't get to groom anybody. I came into this shit too late, man. People need to learn to disagree without assuming the other person is evil. Yeah, and I mean, like, I don't know. I feel like that's really easy for me. It's hard for me to, like, just... It's hard for me to... Grooming is frowned upon. What circles are you running in, loser? No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, people do need to learn to like it feels pretty easy for me. I can hang out with conservatives pretty easily, right? Really, the only people that I get really, really mad at are the people who are willfully ignorant, like in my chat. Like I'll yell at people in my chat. And like content creators like Rob Noor or fucking, you know, Andrew Wilson. Like those are the only two in the near vicinity that I can think of. Admiral Gibbs? I don't know. Admiral Gibbs seems more chill than evil. I'll say that, but it's easy if you have friends and family who are different from you, but many people self-isolate. Yeah. I mean, it's like, I don't understand hating someone for like relatively small, like, I mean, I guess I understand it, but like, I don't feel like it takes someone showing me actions for me to fucking hate them. Right. Which is why I don't like intrinsically hate all conservatives. I don't understand racism. I do understand sexism. Okay. Let's be real. But like I don't get these things because I don't experience them, right? It's not until someone like shows me who they are, right? Which is why like Rob Noor, the Andrew Wilsons, or the content creators in the world, right? Or the Twitch chatters who are conservative that like come around and they like defend literally every single fucking thing that's going on. It's like at a certain point, dude, like you guys got to know that you guys are on the fucking like retard team, right? Like there are retards on the left, like don't get me wrong, but like you guys' leadership are fucking true, like not retarded like, oh, they believe in cringe things, like retarded like they were having conversations about state secrets on an app that you can get in the fucking iTunes store type retard. Like they're retarded in different ways. I am not conservative. No, but you're a woman. So how's it going, Icebeans? There are some on the right I don't understand, but the left by far summoned this. They have lost their shit to hate. No, I would say that far more people, and this is because I can totally understand why you would think that, but I think that people on the right, there's something to the like cruelty of the right. Like there are hateful people on the left, don't get me wrong, and I'll call those people out. But like, man, the cruelty from people on the right towards people is just like astounding. And I think that's something that like it has been bothering me more, right? Like we had it last time I streamed was like 2 weeks ago, and I had said that I had been, I've been reading the Bible, right? Because I grew up in church, right? And I had one version of Christianity that was told to me by my pastor father, right? And all these people are using fucking the Bible to say like some of the most hateful fucking things, And so I started reading the Bible, and it seems like this Jesus guy really is the fucking hippie. I wouldn't say that he's a socialist, but I would say that he is a fucking hippie, an apolitical hippie who is all about peace, love, and healing people. And there's something to that cruelty hidden behind the religion stuff that like really, really fucking, it's just super gross to me. And I think that there is a different character to that kind of cruelty than the like just kind of bitchy hate. Like it's really bitchy, and it's not fun, and it's not nice, and it's bad coming from the left, but like it feels way more catty and bitchy and shit like that. And it can be really devastating, right? But that's something that we can work on. I don't know what to do with people who are like just have like a cruelty about them, like what you see on the right, Signal is very secure. While it isn't approved, the security attack vector people are using is weak. Well, it's just like an operational security issue, This stuff isn't meant to vanish after a day. Wait, does Signal vanish after a day? I didn't know that. What about the left? No, I do. I just spoke about the left. I think that there are people on the left that are super fucking hateful. There are people on the left that I think are racist. But I think that there's a different character to the anger on the left and the anger on the right. Yeah. Yeah, and I've seen shit from conservatives like that too, let her go. But again, like I'm talking about like the character of the hate and why people hate certain groups of people, et cetera, right? Like it feels like a lot of the liberals say shit like, I hope that another COVID comes along and wipes out all the fucking conservative boomer, old people. Jesus Christ, but it feels like that's said out of frustration because they're saying shit like, we need to deport all Mexicans. So. And something else, I've started reading J.D. Vance's book, the Hillbilly Elegy. Because I looked up a synopsis, and the synopsis gave the impression that he has the same view on the South or Appalachia. He has the same view on Appalachia that I do of the South, right? That like they're good people, but holy shit, they're like hypocrites, and they want to talk about not giving the government any money to pay welfare queens, but then they're living off of disability and not holding down a fucking job. And where the fuck did JD Vance go from talking about that to saying that they're talking down? The reason I bring that up is because, like, you guys are talking about how hateful the left is. The victim mentality on the left is gross. It is cringe. The victim mentality on the right is bitch made. You think people are talking down to you all the fucking time? Boo-hoo. Oh, the jobs are going away? Yeah, no shit. The world changes. I just, like, I could have sympathy. I could have way more sympathy if they weren't shitty about it, Signal is used by 2 types of people. Yeah, I mean, I downloaded it back when I was a cringe ass fucking socialist fucking rah rah rah. I went to a fucking BLM protest in 2020, and everyone said to download the Signal app because they were coming after. They said that they were going to come after all of us. Man, they said that they were going to come after all of us, so we needed to use encrypted apps to communicate. So I've had Signal on my phone, right? Which is why, like, I would never trust it as, I mean, like, also Telegram, Signal, like these messages have been used in court, like for January 6 people. Why do we trust these things to be secure? And these are on, you know, their personal civilian cell phones. What the fuck? How does America beat China and Russia without manufacturing? I just don't know how to even begin. You see, like, I would go in if it was anybody else, really. But you've heard every single one of these arguments. You just don't want to hear, like, what the actual response is. You don't want to listen to it. You ask the question, but how many times do you have to ask the question before you understand the answer is going to be the same every single time? Been fair to me. You've always been a voice of reason. I hate to see your mind so easily twisted. I mean, listen, I'm probably at the chillest I've been in my entire life. No, not my entire life politically, but in the past 5 years, I'm pretty chill, right? But like, what's going on right now is really bad, right? What's going on right now is just unfucking believable. And it's negatively affecting more than half of the people very directly. Like, it's negatively affecting more than half the people I know personally, very directly. And it's very directly affecting me, right? So it's hard to be, you know, Mr. Centrist, you know, right? I said the opposite earlier of what, the opposite of what? No amount of security can account for a user being 80 IQ. Well, I mean, that's why, like, there should probably, if you're going to talk about these sorts of things, be like a certain place, or like maybe it's an app that you can only access in certain areas and it has to go through a committee when someone new gets added. Your mind, weirdo? I don't know what you're talking about, Nico, at this point. But yeah, anyways, I'm probably the chillest that I've been in the past 5 years politically. But because things are so fucking crazy and people are continuing, like, I guess what Sourcing said earlier was right. Like, people just care that their team wins. But, like, man, I'd be so fucking embarrassed to try and sweep for someone this hard, you know? Right? Like, people make fun of people for sweeping for a content creator, you know? But we're not like brutally making fun of people for, like, slurping cum like these people are doing off the fucking ground. What's crazy? This Signal thing it would be career ending for literally any other fucking person, or like for anyone in any other administration, it would be the end of their fucking career. That'd be the end of their fucking career. Everything that's going on with the tariffs is just absolutely fucking unhinged. We get one argument that says, yay, it's good that he's putting on tariffs. It's good that he's putting on tariffs. The tariffs are good. They're going to help our economy. And then when he takes tariffs off, it's all about the art of the deal, baby. It's the art of the deal. You know, it's as soon as he takes it off, everything's going to get better. You know, of course he wasn't actually going to put on all those tariffs. That'd be horrible for the economy. And he puts them back on. They're like, these tariffs are going to be the fucking best thing for the economy because it's going to bring back jobs. It's like, bro, dude, like, I don't know. If I was switching weekly like that on all of these I would be fucking embarrassed about it. Like, there's no politician, there's no streamer, there's no king, no god, no boss, no nothing. Nobody on earth has the power over me to get me to glaze them like that, dude. It is not shameful to sweep for your side. It's a virtue in the mind of a cultist. Well, hold on. Sweeping for your side a little bit, right? Trying to give them like more of the benefit of the doubt is one thing. This is crazy. This is fucking, like, I don't know. I'm glad that I've been able to stream for like the past 2-3 months and not have my ADD medicine. I'm just getting high and I'm just chilling. I'm going to eat a little bit more of my edible right now just because we're fucking vibing and I want to play Black Mesa. But guys, we're just in such a bad fucking spot. Hopefully when I get my medicine, I'll be able to focus, you know, but hopefully when I get my medicine, we'll be able to put our focus more into something specific and feel good about doing some research or something. Can you watch Tim Pool? Bro, I might kill... Oh, I can't say that. My DMs. I've seen your DMs, and I've seen your DMs about the rating thing. When I'm going to be getting ADD medicine tomorrow, probably. So, once I get that, then I'll be able to doing stuff. Gas, link it. I haven't met an intelligent conservative who thinks the tariffs are a good idea. They just all hope Trump is bluffing. Well, that's the problem, is that he's not. He's just a fucking retard, dude. Dude, I don't know. Dude. It's... Everything is so bad.
In that they accidentally group chat about upcoming...
And I hate saying this as much as you guys probably hate hearing me say it for the tariffs are leverage. That's what they say when they take the leverage, or when they take the tariffs off. But then when they put the tariffs on, we're like, oh, well, no, it's going to bring back jobs. No, it's shut the fuck up. No, but it probably sucks to hear me like repeat shit over and over and over, right? Did you watch Gibbs and Prime on Tim Pool? No, I was thinking about doing that either today or sometime this week on stream, but I don't know when. Fuck. You guys gotta let me finish a statement because I'm already an edible and a half deep. Okay. What was I gonna say? That's a skill issue. Fuck. What was I saying a second ago? I was talking about... No, it's gone. Never mind.
Well, this story is a doozy. The Trump administration...
I know tariffs, but like, I can't remember... It just hurts us. Yeah. I don't know. Brother. I know a couple of like conservatives IRL, and they're smart people. I know that they're smart people. I don't know how. Whoa, whoa, whoa. How can you get me from... I'm behind the door, you fucking piece of shit. Cool. Because we still benefit. There's just no reason to do the stupid shit. There's no reason to do it, letting her go. That's the problem. Well, what the fuck am I supposed to do? Fuck off. Okay, I think I understand. Well, I appreciate that, Nico. Wait, where the fuck's that door? How's it going, Econo boy? That's 3 to 4 years people have been hopeful about their own financial future. Yeah, like the tariffs, if it was on luxury goods, like it would still be bad and stupid, but it wouldn't be as bad as just like the blanket tariffs on fucking everything. Like that's what's fucking killing us, dude. Fucking blanket tariffs on fucking everything. It like food. Why are we tariffing our food? Why are we tariffing? Why are we tariffing? Well, this isn't good.
Accidentally texted me its war plans, claims Jeffrey Goldberg. U.S. national security leaders included me in a group chat about upcoming military strikes in Yemen. Now, that may be. And if it is, talk about embarrassing. You've got a guy here. Is this rolling? Seems like there's there we go. Okay, it's rolling. That was weird. We have a weird, there's like a weird delay. No, that was extended. But anyway, I digress. This story may be, on its face, embarrassing for the Trump administration in that they accidentally created a group chat to discuss bombing Yemen and included a liberal Russia journalist. Then there's the other story, and that's...
Like, that's really bad. it's so unbelievably bad. It's so bad. I don't stop fucking doing that. I just it's like it's beyond words. I'm sorry. I don't have the language to describe. Like, again, Hillary's emails were fucking peanuts compared to this. Fuck. Hillary's emails were fucking peanuts to this. And that didn't even leak out to anyone that I'm aware of. It was just the possibility that it could have leaked out to someone like a journalist. This one actually did. Oh, fuck. There we go.
They intentionally created the group chat with a script that took 2 days to write, and they wanted him to...
Yeah, they were just being transparent while communicating on an app that was configured to bypass FOIA. I didn't even know that the fucking app deleted the messages after a certain amount of time. That's insane. Like... There's an opportunity possibly for me to go on Tim Pool, and you know what, something that's making me sad right now is the knowledge that a year ago I would have jumped at that fucking opportunity. In the world that we live in right now, I absolutely would not. Just because, bro, what the fuck is going on? We have to fucking sit here and argue whether or not them communicating this shit over fucking Signal, not even what the effects were, if they were bad or not. We have to argue whether or not that was even a bad thing. We can't even just like argue about whether or not it was, you know, like what the effects were, or, you know, like what the punishment should be. We have to argue about whether or not it was bad first. Like it should be any kind of fucking question. You don't seem calm, bro. I don't know why you're Oh shit! 1 second, my girlfriend texted me. Okay. Are you going to pool? Rip off his beanie? Yeah. Hold, please. No, fuck you. It was absolutely illegal because it violates the Freedom of Information Act. Well, if they had it set to delete, then yeah, fuck, dude. It's just, I don't know. I think that part of what was fun about the whole like debating thing and like arguing with people about stuff that I do actually care about, like it was fun, right? And the reason it was fun is because like, oh, hello, sir. The reason it was fun is, number one, you know, you get to stream on the internet. People, you know, watch your stream. You get like a little bit of internet fame. Isn't that fucking cool? But it was like one of the few things in my life that was like a real challenge, right? Like I learned how to do research, and I learned how to study because of streaming, right? I learned how to succeed in school because of streaming. And there was nothing else that like really gave me the incentive or the drive to, you know, learn how to do like actual research, how to, you know, allot time and, you know, spend your time effectively and shit like that, right? But that was when there were points to be made. There's no points to fucking be made anymore, you know? There's no points to be made anymore. It's just like, nuh-uh. Or, well, I think tariffs are good. Why do you think tariffs are good? Well, because other people are making, you know, have tariffs on America, so they must be good for their economy. What's the fucking point of me putting in any effort or anything like that for research? That's why I've been chilling and just fucking getting high and playing video games on stream the past couple of months. Because what the fuck is the point? When there are people who will look at this kind of situation and be like, oh, LOL, dude. Aren't these guys just so fucking silly? People who shat blood over Hillary's emails. People who shat blood over them. People in my chat who shat blood over Hillary's emails. Can these guys like actually fuck off? Bitch. Oh, okay. Because okay. Number one, you're misinterpreting my flippant and above it all attitude that I adopt on stream for being upset. Huh. I'm playing a character, bitch. Okay? I'm playing a character, all right? I've always been playing a character. I'm actually conservative. I'm actually only 4'11". I just blew that motherfucker up. Well, the precedent was kind of set with Hillary and nothing being done. Okay, so nothing should have been done to Hillary then. Okay.
Espouse their narrative to the world. Look, I don't know exactly, but I think there's a strong possibility that these journalists are dumb as a box of rocks. And the Trump administration, should they have actually included him, did it intentionally so that he would report their words behind.
No, because the Hillary situation and this situation are so fucking different. There's no way that any kind of precedent is going to apply. But it does have to do with like operational security. These guys did something that was absolutely fucking retarded. And the fact that conservatives are trying to defend it in any way, shape, or form is an indictment on y'all's intelligence. Okay. You cannot fool me. I can fool you. 1 second. Let me get to the out of here.
And the scenes, which I got to be honest.
No, I'm high. I can't come up with a gaff.
Kind of good. JD Vance saying we can't bomb Yemen. This goes against Trump's message. And then Hegseth says, but we're the only ones in the world who can put a stop to this. And then there's JD Vance saying, I get it, you're right, but I really want to keep bailing out Europe. U.S. trade doesn't even go through here. It really sounds like a PR message distilled through a moron who thinks he got leaked information. So the American people think.
Wait, what the fuck is this guy saying? Wait, what is this guy saying?
In the world who can put a stop to this. And then there's JD Vance saying, I get it, you're right, but I really want to keep bailing out Europe. U.S. trade doesn't even go through here.
What the fuck? How is it seeing me?
It really sounds like a PR message distilled through a moron who thinks he got leaked information. So the American people think they're getting.
This has been confirmed by the White House. Oh, hello. Tim Pool is insufferable. Yeah, like this is like the copious cope I've ever fucking heard. It's been confirmed.
Getting a genuine behind-the-scenes look at the difficult decision to bomb Yemen. Let's be real. When they decided to have a conversation about bombing Yemen, they didn't do it over Signal. They met at the Pentagon. They're all in D.C. as it is. What a ridiculous story. But maybe I'm crazy and everybody else is crazy. So we'll talk about that. We got a bunch of other stories, my friends. A task force has been formed by the FBI to go after the Swatters.
Bitch.
And the Tesla terrorists. Incendiary devices were found at an Austin, Texas Tesla dealership. And then, oh boy, I am really excited for this story, SodaGate. A bunch of conservative influencers were pushing a political message for money, it would seem, from a company that pays people to push these political messages called Influenceable. And they were arguing that it is government overreach to ban welfare recipients from buying soda. Well, the government overreached when the government took them out of my pocket and gave it to someone else.
I'm not going to fool you, okay? I'm high as fuck, okay? I can't fucking fool no one, all right? There's not going to be any fooling. Yeah, I'm actually pretty barbecued right now. It was a Death Note move to scare Iran and warn Europe for free. Scare Iran into what? Man, oh, we're about to fool the fuck out of Iran real quick. Hey, real quick, everybody, pile into a group chat. That'll teach them. That'll teach those damn Persians.
For whatever reason, let alone buying soda. But come on. Are we going to let welfare recipients take public funds to buy soda in the first place? This story's crazy. It turns out there's this massive network of prominent conservative influencers who get paid to have political opinions.
You act like I don't know you? Yeah, true. No, they're the Demetrius guy that I talked with a couple of weeks ago. I can't say his Twitter @ on stream because it has a slur in it. But his immediate reaction to anything that is reported is being reported because of, this is being leaked out of the White House or something like that. He immediately thinks that it's fake news, And it's like, I don't think I've seen him say anything about this since. It's fake, and then when it's not fake, we're not going to say anything. But when it is fake, then we're going to cry about the fucking fake news media. Fuck. I hate you people. Oh, shit. Whoa. Whoa. Oh, that was gay as fuck. This is what he was responding to? Here, let's see. Classic counterintelligence. Oh, okay. I think the leak was intentional and the numbnuts Jeffrey Goldberg got played. The bonus is Iran and EU shitting their pants. I don't understand it. Classic counterintelligence trick as old as can be. Don't assume that all leaks are unintentional. Why would they leak it to the... Why would they leak it to a journalist like this, dude? It has to be... A second, let me... God damn it. Oh, cool. It's already dead. So I just wasted one. Not dead? Yep, it's just Trump derangement syndrome. All right, guys. Anything that ever goes wrong with Trump, better not criticize it. That's Trump derangement syndrome. Better not criticize MAGA because that's Trump derangement. If it's bad and it's Trump, then better not talk about it because you have derangement syndrome, guys. Didn't Tulsi and Patel get questioned over this? Yeah, I was thinking about watching that. I just don't know what all we have time for today. And I kind of wanted to get stupid high and watch the Noah Samson, the fascists responded to me video.
Looks like we found the grifters. Luck of the Seamus has arrived.
Occult symbolism that I'm...
Houthi PC small group.
Okay, I want to hear what he says about
was
this.
Bombing Houthi targets.
It's good to be back.
Well, right on. Thanks for hanging out. Simple enough. We got Shane hanging out.
Happy birthday to Bradley.
Thank you.
It's your birthday.
It's his birthday.
Thank you.
Hey, right on. Happy birthday.
No better way to spend it.
How old are you?
27.
Wow, right on.
Nice. I'm Shane Cashman, host of Inverted World Live. Last night, my guest was Paranoid American. We talked about the very real experiments into adrenochrome dating back to the 1930s.
Oh, my God.
And his time at Disney. And weird occult symbolism that I'm sure would not surprise many of you that is in many of those movies.
You fucking kidding
Phil,
me?
What is good?
Hello, everybody. My name is Phil Labonte. I'm the lead singer of the heavy metal band All That Remains. I'm an anti-communist and a counter-revolutionary. Let's get into it.
Here's a story from the
Oh,
Atlantic,
shit.
my friends. The Trump
I think I'm gonna see
administration
him.
accidentally...
1 second. Let's see. All That Remains. Okay, it's in alphabetical order. Oh, no, it's Asking Alexandria. That's the one that has the other guy that has, like, Nazi stuff going on with him.
texted me its war plans. So says Jeffrey Goldberg. What a story indeed. They say, the world found out shortly before 2 p.m. Eastern time on March 15th, the U.S. was bombing Houthi targets in Yemen. I, however, knew 2 hours before the first bombs exploded that the attack might be coming. The reason I knew this is that Pete Hegseth, Secretary of Defense, had texted me the war plan at 11:44 a.m. The plan included precise information about weapons, packages, targets, and timing. Now, of course, Pete Hegseth says, yeah, nah. He stunningly denies that war plans were leaked to a highly discredited journalist who dropped a bombshell report. I feel like this is fake. Let me show you why first. The story technically begins short after the Hamas invasion of southern Gaza. Okay, blah, blah, blah. On Tuesday, March 11th, I received a connection request for a signal from a user identified as Michael Waltz. Signal is an open source encrypted messaging service popular with journalists, we understand. I assumed that the Michael Waltz in question was Trump's national security advisor. I did not assume, however, The request is from the actual Michael Waltz. I've met him in the past, and though I didn't find it particularly strange that he might be reaching out to me, I did think it's somewhat unusual given the Trump admin's contentious relationship with journalists. I accepted the request. 2 days later, Thursday, 4:28 p.m., I received a notice that I was to be included in a Signal chat group called Houthi PC Small Group. Message to the group from Michael Waltz read as follows. Team establishing a principals group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for the next 72 hours. My deputy, Alex Wong, is pulling together a Tiger team at deputies agency chief of staff level, following up from the meeting in the sit.
Yeah, Nico, you're one of the fucking Crucible. You're like a Crucible old head, aren't you? So you were watching back when Rachel, yes, was like on her weird talking about witch shit constantly, right? So the journo can't prove it without committing a crime? Oh, wait, hold on, that's right.
Message to the group from Michael Waltz read as follows. Team establishing a principals group for coordination on Houthis, particularly for the next 72 hours. My deputy, Alex Wong, is pulling together a Tiger team at deputies agency chief of staff level, following up from the meeting in the sit room this morning for action items, and I will be sending that out later this evening. The message included, please provide the best staff POC from your team for us to coordinate over the next couple of days in the weekend. The term Principals Committee generally refers to the group of the senior most national security officials, including the Secretary of Defense, State, and the Treasury, as well as the Director of the CIA. Should go without saying, but I'll say it anyway, I have never been invited to the White House Principals Committee meeting, and that many of the years of my reporting on national security matters, I had never heard of one being convened over a commercial messaging app. At this point, Guy, 2 hours before the attack, and being texted the stuff, did it not occur to you that it's fake? I guess he says it did, but he still publishes the story, believing it to be real.
Surprised he didn't warn Yemen.
So blah, blah, blah. Let's get to the actual messages. March 14th, Michael Waltz texted the group, team, you should have a statement of conclusions with taskings per the president's guidance this morning in your high side inboxes. State of DOD, blah, blah, blah. At this point, a fascinating poly discussion commenced. The account labeled JD Vance said, team, I am out for the day doing an economic event in Michigan, but I think we are making a mistake. The Vance account goes on to state, 3% of U.S. trade runs through the Suez. 40% of European trade does. There is a real risk the public doesn't understand this or why it's necessary. The strongest reason to do this is, as POTUS said, to send a message. The Vance account then goes on to make a noteworthy statement, considering that the vice president has not deviated publicly from Trump's position. I am not sure the president is aware how inconsistent this is with his message on Europe right now. There's a further risk that we see a moderate to severe spike in oil prices. I'm willing to support the consensus of the team and keep those concerns to myself, but there's a strong argument for delaying this a month, doing the messaging work on why this matters, seeing where the economy is, etc. A person identified as Joe Kent wrote, there's nothing time-sensitive driving the timeline.
Hey, Tron, can you resend me or reply to whatever it is you want me to do? Because I'm not seeing it. I was scrolling in our DMs.
We'll have the exact same options in a month. Now it goes on. I'm not going to keep reading this. Pete Hegseth says, VP, I understand your concerns and fully support you raising with POTUS important considerations, most of which are tough to know how they play out. I think the messaging is going to be tough no matter what. Nobody knows who the Houthis are, which is why we would need to stay focused on Biden failed and Iran funded. He goes on to say more and more about this. So they go on to mention that a spokesperson says that it appears to be a legitimate conversation, right? All right, let me just give you my quick assessment before we jump into the conversation. Otherwise, I'm going to read for 20 years all of these messages. Here you have the vice president, seemingly, talking with the Department of Defense, seemingly saying, what do we do? Nobody knows who the Houthis are. How do we inform the public as to who they are and why they're so bad? And that this really does matter to America. Are you kidding me? Well, I would include a journalist in the text message and then create scripted crap to be like.
I wonder what his take. What doesn't he do a daily show? Is he streaming tonight? Has he streamed since he talked about this last? Because this shit's fucking hilarious now that we know for sure that that it is real, that they did not know that he was in the chat. I like when Tim talks like he's talking to children, but he's just talking to his audience. Yeah, because just like Trump's audience, you have to talk with the fucking vocabulary of a 5th grader so that you can make sure that all of them clearly understand you. Why would you leave this video up? Yeah, if Sondsol did this, I would unlist this so fast. Thank you. Thank you. You have my best interests at heart. Thank you, Tron. Like, it's embarrassing. That's what I was saying earlier. Like, it's actually fucking embarrassing. And the closest thing in my life that I've ever had to like be anywhere like near anything like this happening. Wait, what the fuck? Why are you? Cool. Just kill me. What was I even saying a second ago? Fuck it.
The Houthis are bad.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it's embarrassing. Like every single fucking part of this is incredibly embarrassing for conservatives. I just wasted one. There's a good one. Goodbye. A second. There we go.
Because the moron's going to be like, whoa, they texted.
Yeah, the Russian they had all doing all that stuff got fired. Like, I don't know, dude. Like, I feel like the closest thing that I can point towards, and I said this a minute ago, is like back when I was a socialist, right? Like that's what I can point towards. Like, oh my gosh, how crazy is it that, you know, Diva Mama is saying this? Well, like maybe I guess since like I'm not going to assume the worst, I'll try to assume the best in what she's trying to say here, but like it does seem pretty bad. It seems like, are you fucking my ass, dude? Like, seriously, dude? Like, can I just fucking... I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. 1 second. Do we have background music? No. Did I have background music at any point? Maybe not. Oh, yeah, I did. Here.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yo, did y'all know that they made fucking gigantic fucking bags of Cheez-Its like this? Family sized. Costco.
scandal rocking the United States and military world that Donald Trump's cabinet members, vice president, secretary of defense were all accidentally texting and
It seems like, are you fucking my ass, dude? Like, seriously, dude?
adversarial journalist key information about their strike plans on Yemen. How could such a blunder have happened? Asks the press. The latest development, of course, is that Mike Waltz is an effing idiot, is a quote from someone, apparently. Officials blamed for revealing Trump team's text, saying they loathe bailing out Europe's pathetic freeloaders, is not going to survive this, White House insiders say. So for those that missed the story, basically this journalist, Jeffrey Goldberg, accidentally got added to a text message group where the highest levels of U.S. government were gleefully texting each other their plans for a military strike in Yemen mere hours before actually carrying it out. Which, maybe, I guess. I got another theory for you. If you look at these text messages, we talked about this last night on Timcast IRL. They're basically laying out their PR campaign for why they're bombing Yemen, which is not good, by the way. And Trump.
Can you share how your information about war plans against the Houthis in Yemen was shared with a journalist in The Atlantic? And were those details classified?
You're talking about a deceitful and highly discredited so-called journalist who's made a profession of peddling hoaxes time and time again, to include the hoaxes of Russia, or the fine people on both sides hoax, or suckers and losers hoax. So this is the guy that peddles in garbage.
The White House has confirmed it. If this was some 5D chess move, then why don't they have the same messaging?
Trump said he wouldn't do it. I gotta be honest. I really do lean towards they're playing this journalist to get out a message and using this as a PR manipulation. Look at it this way.
If they do make, and they should, but assuming they have like a moment of clarity and say, oh shit, we ought to actually do something about this. Yes, the same messaging. Like one person saying, like both of them saying like this didn't happen, instead of the White House saying this did happen and it's bad, and this guy saying it didn't happen. Yeah. If you want to make us think that this is a 5D chess move, they should probably have the same, the same statement.
If Donald Trump were to come out and say, we had no choice but to bomb the Houthis in Yemen, people are going to say, we don't know where Yemen is. We don't know who the Houthis are. We don't know why you're bombing foreign countries. We are not happy about this. In fact, that's actually what happened. So while it may be, to be totally fair, like these people just accidentally put the wrong guy on the group chat, I think there's another scenario. They wanted to get a PR narrative out that made them look good, or at least presented the public message they were hoping for.
It didn't make them look good, did it? It didn't make them look good, did it?
We are tired of bailing out Europe. The Houthis are terrorist rebel factions bombing cargo ships, and the U.S. doesn't want to do this. Many in the administration don't want to be doing this, but we're the only ones who can put a stop to the obstruction of the shipping in the Red Sea to the Suez Canal. I'm going to have to go ahead and say I think they're manipulating this journalist because he basically published their PR message for them. But now, of course, the media is losing their minds. They're claiming this is a huge blunder, but maybe it's intentional. Here's the latest update on the story as the scandal grows. The Daily Mail reports White House insiders have vented their anger at National Security Advisor Michael Waltz, with one reportedly calling him an effing idiot, after it emerged that he added a prominent journalist to a secret group chat revealing highly sensitive war plans. Everyone in the White House can agree on one thing: Mike Waltz is an effing idiot. The source, identified as a person close to the White House, bluntly told Politico. The Atlantic's magazine editor-in-chief, Jeffrey Goldberg, revealed yesterday that he was invited by Waltz to join a chat on the encrypted app Signal entitled Houthi PC Small Group. Okay. I got to give you some media literacy lessons real quick. And I know some people...
I'm sorry, I can't take it. No, I can't do it. Please, for the love of fucking God. Please, for the love of fucking God. Never, ever, post a fucking Tim Pool video in my chat ever fucking again. The unearned fucking smugness that this motherfucker is doing. Holy shit. I can't fucking believe it. What the fuck was that? Let me tell you something. Let Papa Pool tell you a little something about InfoSec.
Signal entitled Houthi PC Small Group. Okay. I got to give you some media literacy lessons.
I got to give you some information about media literacy. Actually, Houthi PC Small Group. What does that mean? What does that mean? Houthi. Well, we know who they are. They're fucking terrorists. PC. You know what? I'm not going to... Every single way that my mind was taking that bit was not funny. So you guys can we can end on that. And we're going to watch the Noah Samson thing now.
It's my video, the YouTubers who backed a genocide.
Instead of continuing to, drag myself belly crawl over the field of glass that was that joke, I decided to stand up and walk away from it. Okay? You guys, y'all don't have to suffer through it either. Intro. I don't know anything about this video at all, actually. I'm not going to lie. The only thing I know about this Noah guy is that, oh my God, wait, also, Tron, this is probably not going to be good video upload material. Okay? That's a good intro? Okay, well, you can cut out the part that I said that this isn't going to be a good video. I'm probably not going to get through all of this. This is an hour long. But we'll see. Okay? And again, all right, I'm pretty blitzed. All right? Sorry. Let's do a full stream VOD then. Yeah, no, I'm super fucking high. I'm high as fuck, okay? And yeah, I'm barbecued as fuck. And I'm gonna have my Vyvanse starting probably next stream. I should be able to get it tomorrow. So then we'll start having good segments.
Since I released my video, the YouTubers who backed a genocide, there have been some developments. Ethan Klein responded to the video with an Instagram story shortly after its release, where he wrote, "God, these bread tubers are such pathetic fucking rats. When the fuck did I ever support a genocide? I criticize your idol Hassan, and you all resort to straight up character assassination and horrific lies. A campaign which resulted in the CPS call and harassment like I've never experienced in my 15 years on YouTube. Fuck you and fuck your movement. Socialism deserves better representatives." Soon after this post, Ethan brought my video up during his live show where he threatened to sue me.
So this fucking little scumbag here who put me and Mutahar, Turkey Tom, and Destiny in a...
I gotta say, folks, the shit going on with Ethan and the snark subreddits, dude, is actually fucking unhinged. It is actually fucking crazy. I can't fucking believe it. Here, one second. I'm going to see if I can't find this game I want to play. It's somewhere in my files. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, the stuff with Ethan Klein right now is fucking crazy. It is absolutely just beyond all comprehension that people would get so fucking mad about all this shit that they're calling CPS on his kids. Okay, there's a line at some point that you just got to decide I'm not going to cross it, and these people just never find that line. I don't get it. There are people that I fucking hate that I had the opportunity to do some fucking crazy shit to, and I never did that shit. And then the defenses from people like Denims who are like, oh, well, children can't even remember stuff until they're like 5 years old. So it's not like if CPS came up that it would like hurt their, psyche at all. Like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Thumbnail said the YouTubers who backed the genocide. This is fucking disgusting, and I'm not okay living in this world where these little fucking punk ass scumbags can just say this shit and get away with it. Like accusing people, usually defamation can be all different types of things. Someone supporting genocide, we throw this term around a lot. That's one of the most. I mean, can you say something more fucked up about somebody than that? Sounds pretty defamatory. And again, I'm not taking any prisoners. If my attorney thinks there's anything in here, if he thinks that there's like a decent shot of defamation, I'm suing this fucking piece of shit. It's a little scumbag.
So he is threatening to sue me for defamation on the grounds that accusing someone of supporting genocide is messed up. I can think of something even more messed up than accusing someone of supporting genocide, which is, actually supporting genocide. I can't imagine that it's pleasant to be confronted with the idea that you might be supporting a genocide. So the instinct here to deflect and deny without even offering any sort of actual defense against the points is an entirely predictable response. This is how the liberal media class will operate in the coming decades when it's time to
I believe he has
answer for their crimes of manufacturing consent for a genocide.
I believe he has Tourette's, and sniffing is one of his tics.
They will simply say, no, I didn't. If they say anything at all, most of them won't. It's happened throughout history. It happened with the Vietnam War. It happened with the invasion of Iraq. And it'll happen again with Gaza. What makes Gaza a bit different, though, is that unlike prior US-backed atrocities abroad, we all know what's been happening there the entire time. Israel's genocide of Palestinians in Gaza has been called the first ever live-streamed genocide because we've seen the entire thing as it's happened with high-definition cell phone video. The mass destruction, the ruthless attacks on the healthcare system, the deliberate targeting of men, women, children, medics, aid workers, the intentional starvation used by Israel as a weapon of war, and then the massacres that followed that starvation when Palestinians crowded around aid trucks trying to get what little food Israel was allowing into the Strip, the 20,000 slain children, many of them slaughtered with their entire families, the IDF terrorists recording and posting their war crimes, acts of humiliation, degradation, their torture and rape of Palestinians, the full support of Israel throughout all of these atrocities, the vile, dehumanizing racism that is required to uphold a project like this.
I just think we need to kill them, every one of them, and that's it. And if not that, because...
Here's the thing. They're both doing it. I don't have any fucking sympathy for any fucking like broad group of, like political people anymore. I don't have any fucking sympathy because the Israelis, actually for the people of Israel and the people of Gaza, I have lots of sympathy. Their fucking governments, I have no fucking sympathy. I don't have any fucking sympathy for the people who are crying about the anti-Muslim stuff while they do like super anti-Semitic shit, and the people who are doing super anti-Muslim shit, anti-Islam shit, crying about anti-Semitism. Like, holy fuck. You guys are both fucking bad, dude. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I guess what you can take away from today's stream is that I'm constantly fucking surprised at how everyone is, and 2, I'm just completely beyond words to describe how angry I am.
The country will not let that happen, the government. Just, at least, the least we can do is just kick them out of our land. Because this is our home, this is our land, and we deserve it.
What do you think about Palestinians?
That I hate them, and I wish they all died. We didn't stop, and we killed everyone.
Congratulations. That happens in fucking Palestinian videos. There's a million Palestinian videos like this of them saying the same thing about Israelis. There's no fucking moral high horsing here.
You're gonna kill everyone?
Yes, yes!
You guys are animals. You guys are fucking animal terrorists.
You killed 10,000 kids.
10,000 terrorists that would grow up to be the next. 10,000 kids that would grow up to be the next terrorist. That's what it is.
Really?
Because it's Palestine.
But I'm Palestinian. Does that mean I'm a
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Do you want Palestinians in Gaza to die?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my God.
We've seen all of this, which is why the whole "no, I didn't" defense doesn't hold up, because, you know, yes, you did. We have you on
That's what I
video
watched this
during
one,
this
internet
genocide
guys.
that everyone saw, spreading propaganda that's been used to justify that genocide.
It's so vile to deny the suffering and trauma of the victims just because you need your heroes at Hamas to be perfect.
My friends, defeating our brutal enemies requires both courage and clarity. Clarity begins by knowing the difference between good and evil. And these monsters, they rape women, they burnt babies alive. Many anti-Israel protesters, many choose to stand with evil. They stand with Hamas. They stand with rapists and murderers.
The Gazan Health Ministry, which, by the way, Gaza Health Ministry is run by Hamas,
I make
terrorist
money.
organization. I think
Make
a lot of
good
people
money.
are all too happy to not look too deep into these things, but again, Gaza Health Ministry is Hamas. There was more Jews
That's
displaced
literally true.
than Palestinians during the Nakba.
We have you on video attacking and delegitimizing the only groups in the world militarily resisting that genocide, with arguments plucked direct.
He's supporting the Houthis. Oh, it's beautiful.
From the U.S. State Department, the #1 material supporter of the genocide.
Terrorist groups.
We have you on video attacking and delegitimizing the most prominent media figures in the YouTube space who have been advocating against the genocide and breaking down the propaganda used to justify it.
Hassan loves all terrorists.
We have you on video running defense for the primary architects of the genocide.
Just the other day, Bibi fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
Man, they have the same NPC fucking talking points. It's like they get it from fucking r/Hassan or Hassan Abi, whatever the fuck his subreddit is. Also, holy shit, this is taking forever to load. Hello? Game? Is your game broken? Yep, those are the freedom fighters right there.
And he fired him because they had a disagreement, and that's like so Trump coded.
Well, he was like a moderating voice in the war room.
Yeah.
אנחנו מטילים מצור מוחלט על העיר עזה. אין חשמל, אין מזון, אין מים, אין דלק. הכל סגור. אנחנו נלחמים בחיות אדם ואנחנו נוהגים בהתאם.
We have you on video attempting to portray the perpetrator of that genocide as some kind of beautiful, free.
Like, here's the thing. In order to make a video like against this one, right? In order to make a response video to this one, all you would have to do is make, for every one of the videos that he just did, that he just showed, just do the exact same thing. But with anti-Semites.
Diverse democratic state.
We're planning to go to Israel in June with my parents and all the kids. It's going to be such a great trip. And I'm actually really excited to go there. I want to show you guys.
You haven't been there in so long.
It's been a long fucking time. What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys how beautiful, how multicultural, how like free it feels for people, or just it's a beautiful place. It is. It's one of the most diverse places I've ever been.
For as much as these are the kinds of people to be like, well, it's all state propaganda telling you that, China is as horrible as everybody says it is. In Soviet Russia wasn't nearly as horrible to live in as people want to make you feel like it was. It was actually so fucking good. It was so fucking good to live in Soviet Russia, right? If they're going to sit here and pretend like Israel is just like a horrible fucking place to live, like when isn't there like 40% of the population are like Israeli Arabs? Or am I wrong about that? And like, they're not saying any of this stuff, right? It's just these people in Gaza and in the West Bank. Now, not to say that their struggle isn't legitimate. Like, I would say it probably is. Getting blown the fuck up, Is it only 20%? Still. 1 second. Okay. I need more listening posts. Desperately, desperately, desperately.
Been.
These people all seem to believe that in order for someone to back a genocide, they need to like look into the camera and say, I support genocide. I think it's good. More of that, please. And while we do have examples of certain parties to the conflict here doing just that, like Destiny and Asmongold,
I'm not going to cry a fucking river when people who have genocide that's baked into their laws are getting genocided. I don't give a fuck. They're terrible people.
I'm pro-genocide. It sounds really shitty, but like I think that Israel should just drop its.
Is he going to play the rest of this clip? You know the fuck he isn't. Like, this is not like the Destiny defending stream, all right? As everybody fucking knows, over the past couple of weeks, we've been pretty rough on Destiny, and they're going to play this one, and I have to fucking sit here and defend him. Jesus Christ.
Its borders about where it is now, and basically Palestinians can go live in another place.
The most common and effective way to back a genocide doesn't look like that. Mainstream Western outlets don't say those Palestinian kids deserve to be killed. No, they say that some kids died when bombs dropped, that Israel says it was dropping on Hamas, which is a US designated terrorist organization. The mainstream Western media doesn't say that there are no innocent civilians in Gaza. They simply quote the death tolls as being reported by the Hamas, aka terrorist-run health ministry, and then report uncritically the IDF saying that most of them are soldiers, actually, and soldiers.
And then you listen to the like multiple other people that are saying like, oh, well, we have evidence of this, this, and this is probably more accurate than this, right? Right? Like, that's something that you would probably do too? Or no, you wouldn't do that. You would just uncritically, because they're uncritically going for the Israeli information. You're uncritically going for the Hamas information. Good show. Good show.
Are terrorists, by the way, so who's to say what's actually true? The mainstream Western media doesn't say that Yemeni children deserve to die because they're all Houthi terrorists. They simply cite the Houthi-run health ministry, aka terrorist-run health ministry. So when the US and Saudi Arabia kill those children, it's a sad event and the overall morally righteous fight against terrorists. Terrorism is bad, remember, and terrorists are the bad guys. So if some kids died while they were going after terrorists, I guess that's just war. We saw the same response of "No, I didn't" from Muta of the large YouTube channel Some Ordinary Gamers. When Hassan Piker shared my video on his Instagram story, Muta responded to this post writing, "I get watching other people's videos is all you're really good at, but try vetting out slander before promoting. I have never defended or backed the Israeli genocide on innocent Gazans, never will I ever." Following this, there was a bit of a back and forth. Hassan responded to Muta on Twitter writing, "In your only video on Gaza, you admit to not knowing about politics. You try to cover Israel-Palestine as drama slop for a centrist audience, you defend.
Man, Hassan is like, he is just a fucking, he is a hidden Saiyan warrior god the second it comes to fighting with commentary YouTubers. But put someone who has read a single book in their life in front of him, and suddenly he's fucking quiet as a mouse. What the fuck? What the fuck? How? How do you live like this? How are you not embarrassed to live like this? Riz actually said Hassan was right. That's stupid.
Defend Asmongold for his inferior cultures and genocide comment, then attack pro-Palestinian voices. Mutahar wrote back, yes, I do admit to not being an expert on the topic. I didn't cover it as a drama since it isn't one. Serious situations with dead people and attacks happening every day. I just don't downplay rapes and sugarcoat violent organizations like you. Also didn't defend Asman in vid. Later, Hassan wrote, we were a year into the genocide here. This was your only video on the topic. It downplayed and ran defense for Asmongold's takes, while the bulk of your commentary revolved around how evil the pro-Palestinian streamers were from clips you compiled off of snark Reddits. Mutahar's final response was, it's almost as if the bulk of the commentary
is this video
matched what
just
the video
him
was
reading fucking other people's like Twitter beefs? I thought this was supposed to be the people that were like so much better than everyone else because they talk about like real shit. They talk about real politics. Is that not what we're listening? Is that not what we're here for? No? Was I just fucking mistaken?
titled and centered about Twitch allowing violent and unfiltered rhetoric from your camp on its platform. The clips were actually sourced from the creators who streamed them. So what do we make of this exchange? Well, first, Mutahar denied covering the genocide as drama, but that's exactly what he did. He has never once uploaded a video covering this topic except
Mutahar says that he didn't do this thing, but I say nuh-uh.
for when that coverage was filtered through a smear campaign that was making the rounds in the commentary community about a content creator they all don't like. You know, Hassan Bad. He denies defending Asmongold in his video, once again making no effort to actually defend himself on that point. But that's also false. Mutahar whitewashed Asmongold's comments further than anyone else, really. He went so far as to change the content of what Asmongold actually said to make it seem like he wasn't talking about Palestinians when he was.
In this situation, one could, if they were to extend the charitability, could say that Asmongold was probably referring to extremists in the Islamic religion.
Even Asmongold himself admitted that that's what he said when he apologized. This is why he was banned. Now, whether Mutahar stands by this characterization of Asmongold's genocidal rhetoric or not is a different question, but he did do that, and the record shows this. His video is still uploaded on his channel. You can go watch it. Denying this seems to be just indicative of a lack of reflection on his part. Entirely predictable, but worth noting nonetheless. The no, I didn't defense is the expected response.
Why does he gotta talk like an anime
alike,
like villain?
but
What the fuck?
I don't know how well it'll hold up in court.
Entirely predictable, but depressing nonetheless. Like, what the fuck is this shit?
I didn't back genocide. How could you say that? I just sat silently the entire time it happened, except for the one time I spoke up, which was actually to attack pro-Palestine activists with bad faith smears that originate from a community of openly genocidal Zionists.
I'm pro-genocide.
They're terrible people.
Best of luck to you in your legal endeavors should you pursue them. I don't know how well that'll hold up, but have fun, I guess. In his last tweet, Mutahar seems to deny his participation in the smear campaign, writing, the clips were sourced from the creators who streamed them. This is false. Mutahar did not source these clips from Hassan's stream. He sourced these clips directly from the smear website. He cited the website out loud and said, go check it out, guys.
Now, there's a website known as danclancysucks.com, where it goes through a treasure trove of some of the most popular streamers on the site. One of the most popular political streamer, Hassan Piker.
As we went over, this website is a compilation of out-of-context clips and arguments attacking pro-Palestine creators that openly embraces the support of genocidal Zionist organizations like the ADL and genocidal Zionist politicians like Richie Torres. The community from which all of these allegations originate is that of a content creator who says things.
It was sourced from a website that sourced the clips from the streamers. My God, what have they done? Oh man, like I don't know. I just don't like anybody anymore. there's no one to root for. There's no one to root for. Aye.
Things like this.
He is interviewing the guy who's about to go do some shit to get himself killed, basically. That's what's gonna happen. We know from this point, that's what's gonna happen. So he walks away, gets back a little bit, and then he sets up behind this thing, right? Is this concealment, I guess? Not cover, concealment, right? Because I think the tank's over here. So now he can capture the footage right here. He sees the guys walking, knowing that they're about to get shot, because that's what's gonna happen. And then eventually they get shot and everything is, this is it. It's like act 1, 2, and 3. It's like all here. Now this guy is down. He's dead. These guys are like,
and fatally wounded.
they're not even running. They're not even like cowering and running away and screaming in fear. There's like, okay, well, they did it. We got our shots. Okay, is this guy done? Oh, shit. Well, okay. Well, we brought the white.
I will say, this is one of those things that is really, really tough to talk about. Probably one of the things that I think they actually do that is like a propaganda thing. I initially thought that it was just a propaganda thing. And to be clear, I'm like 55 to 45 on confidence on this, right? That is some willpower though. Yes. But still, I gotta say, it really does feel like that is what happened. I think that there is some like crazy fucking shit like that going down. Who can see me? Shoot the Big Mac. Damn it.
White flag, so we can put that over the bleeding part, assuming he got shot in it actually, right?
Flag on
And
his
then
chest.
this guy, what, is this guy running back to grab the wife?
By this stage, the man's wife, his widow, has heard what happened.
And then, like, what does this mean? The wife.
This is
the
pretty
widow,
cold-hearted,
the wife has
dude.
heard what happened.
This is pretty
bro,
cold-hearted, dude.
This is crazy. I'm sorry. The tracking live movement shot of the lady running up to her dead husband? Like, what is this?
By this stage, the man's wife, his widow, has heard what happened.
Somebody went back and told her, right? The 5 martyrs that walked forward, you know, your husband was the unlucky guy. He drew the short stick today, so come forward, cry for us on camera. Do you think the guy intentionally wanted to get killed? No, I don't think he wanted to die. I don't think they were thinking they were going to die, but they probably were hoping to get shot at, or maybe, so you're saying the woman was acting? I don't think the woman was acting. She probably was sincerely sad. Her husband got fucking killed. But I think they were farming TikTok clips. I mean, remember, these people, not these people.
No, be careful.
Actually, yeah, like have suicide bombers. So it's not that big of a stretch to imagine.
Careful there,
that they would be
Destiny.
willing to get shot. However, now I haven't gone down this road because this is way more. It would require me to make a lot more assumptions. But it's also possible he didn't get shot. Right? Now, do we know the name of the guy? Is he actually dead? Do we even know if that's his wife? These are a whole bunch of questions that would be valid. Now, if I was way more on the pro-Zionist side, I would be asking those questions. Who is this guy? Do we even know if he's actually fucking dead? Like, we don't actually see the wound. Right? It seems like they don't have any problem showing anything else. Like, why just the white flag so that it can look all bloody? Like, show us the actual gunshot. You have no problem showing other violence, right? What Pallywood means is that you're capturing intentional video footage to sell a certain narrative about what's going on, basically. So Pallywood might be, this, right? So the idea is that like 4 innocent civilians are like walking up and you just want like a clip here of the idea of shooting them for no reason because they're civilians with white flags. And you kind of ignore the fact that like, okay, well, they're in a battle zone in an area they were told to evacuate from, and they're going back to try to release somebody that was captured. Like that's like Pallywood, I think. You're essentially provoking the enemy to take what is largely a justified action and then trying to say that it's like indiscriminate civilian killing. It's like a setup. It's not fake, but They're doing it to themselves.
Speaking of that guy, Destiny, the genocidal Zionist sex criminal video game streamer, he also had a crack at responding to my video where he made some interesting points. Destiny criticized my characterization of the 2018 Gaza border protests as being overwhelmingly peaceful by citing instances of violent actions that protesters took part in during the 2018 border protests, or the Great March of Return, which were recognized by human rights organizations as being overwhelmingly peaceful.
Overwhelmingly peaceful. Just as a quick thing, because people love to talk about the Great March of Return, the peaceful March of Return. All of this is like the peaceful Great March of Return. Remember this, okay? This is all the peaceful Great March of Return.
Now, when I used the word overwhelmingly in my video, I used it as the word is meant to be used, which is to mean overwhelmingly, which means what the word means, which is to a very great degree or with a great majority.
Overwhelmingly.
Some instances of violence during these protests do not contradict my use of this word. The protests were overwhelmingly nonviolent, which is exactly what the UN report found.
The protest camps set up along the fence can make you do a double take. In parts, they look like a community festival, a carnival, a fair, like a distant cousin to Burning Man. Women prepare falafel sandwiches, barbers give haircuts and trim beards. Lip syncers and dancers perform in the shade. Actors ham it up playing cruel Israeli soldiers. Families come with their children.
Ultimately, though, regardless of how the protests were characterized overall, the reason I brought them up in my video was as evidence that Israel has a history of intentionally targeting Palestinian civilians for slaughter. That's what the UN report found. Israeli snipers intentionally targeted medics, journalists, men, women, children, elderly people, and disabled people. Cite whatever instances of property damage, tire burning, flag planting, rock throwing you want. These are irrelevant to the fact that Israel intentionally targeted thousands of civilians with sniper fire. The commission interviewed an international journalist covering the demonstrations at the Malika site who described the scene that day. What was notable was the amount of injured people and the slow, methodical shooting. Every few minutes, you would hear a shot ring out and you would see someone fall, and then another shot and another person fell. It went on for hours. I saw a man who had been...
There were like 6 people on that one motorcycle? Wait, really? Wait, hold on.
Disabled people. Cite whatever instances of property damage, tire burning, flag people. Israeli history of intentionally targeted whatever instances of property damage, tire burning, flag planting, rock throwing you want. These are irrelevant to the fact that Israel intentionally targeted thousands of civilians with sniper fire. The commission interviewed an international journalist covering the demonstrations at the Malika site who described the scene that day. What was notable was the amount of injured people and the slow, methodical shooting. Every few minutes, you would hear a shot ring out and you would see someone fall, and then another shot and another person fell. It went on for hours.
We bit more? Oh, I saw it right there.
Families come with their children.
Jesus Christ.
Planting rock with sniper fire.
I was
the commission
telling-
interviewed an
My girlfriend has forgotten how to ride a bike. She is, they say you never forget how to ride a bike. She forgot, she learned again, and then she forgot it a second time. And so we were discussing, reteaching her how to ride a fucking bike. And I just remembered, you remember trying to ride on the back of someone's bike, right? How fucking horrible that was. And now, like, imagine doing that, but it's your, like, entire family in their entire life is on your fucking shoulders. Like, in some cases, literally. I don't know, dude. I didn't like people on my bike. I didn't like people near my bike. I didn't like to be on someone else's bike. That shit seems just like the worst possible way to fucking die right there.
An international journalist covering the demonstrations at the Malika site who described the scene that day. What was notable was the amount of injured people and the slow, methodical shooting. Every few minutes, you would hear a shot ring out and you would see someone fall, and then another shot and another person fell. It went on for hours. I saw a man who had been shot in the throat. I didn't see it happen, but I saw the immediate aftermath. He was covered in blood. I saw a man who had been shot in the head. There was a constant stream of bloody bodies being carried back towards the ambulances. It was surreal and endless. It became almost normal. It was happening so often. A shot, a person falling, people carrying the body away. The number of wounded was astonishing. I couldn't say how many people I saw who were shot because it was so high. I have covered wars in Syria, Yemen, Libya, and I've never seen anything like this. The slow, methodical shooting. It was just shocking. Presenting this fact is only a one-sided history if you think intentional civilian targeting is somehow warranted due to other unrelated instances of violence, which definitionally cannot be true. This is, of course, if we're taking international law into account, but Destiny's a Zionist, so that's
what
not
cannot
high
be
on his
true?
priority list.
I'm pro-genocide.
Destiny has had similar Israel glazing-induced, not this a one-sided history if you think wars in Syria, Yemen, Libya, and I've never seen anything like this. The slow, methodical shooting. It was just shocking. Presenting this fact is only a one-sided history if you think intentional civilian targeting is somehow warranted due to other unrelated instances of violence, which definitionally cannot be true. This is, of course, if we're taking international law into account.
I'm sorry,
Destiny's a
I
Zionist,
must
so
be
that's
having a
not
fucking
high.
stroke every time he says it.
If you think intentional civil, it was. Yeah, you couldn't say how many people I saw who were shot because it was so high. I have covered wars in Syria, Yemen, Libya, and I've never seen anything like this. The slow, methodical shooting. It was just shocking. Presenting this fact is only a one-sided history if you think intentional civilian targeting is somehow warranted due to other unrelated instances of violence, which definitionally cannot be true. This is, of course, if we're taking international law into account, but Destiny's a Zionist, so that's not high on his priority list.
I'm pro-genocide.
Destiny has had similar Israel glazing-induced English language difficulties in the past. He had this same response when Norman Finkelstein brought up the 2018 border protests in the Lex Friedman Israel-Palestine debate early last year.
In 2018, there was the Great March of Return.
There was
in
the
Gaza.
Great
By all reckonings of human rights organizations and journalists who were there, it was overwhelmingly nonviolent. Along the Gaza perimeter, there was Israel's best trained snipers. Correct?
I don't know best trained. There were snipers.
Fine.
Snipers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because, hey, laugh.
Jesus Christ.
It's hilarious. The story's so funny.
You're lying about
It's
the Great
so
March of Return
funny.
had aspects
Okay.
of violence to it.
Okay.
According, even the UN says it themselves.
Okay.
But you only collect what the UN says that you like.
See, the problem, Mr. Morelli, is you don't know the English language. You don't
I can read from the
Did you
UN
hear-
website
did
itself.
I
In regards
say-
to the Great March of Return,
Please
they said,
stop with your
while the
idiotic-
vast majority of
with your
protesters
idiotic-
acted in a peaceful manner,
No, listen to what he
most
said.
protests
Did-
dozens have
did you
approached the
just
fence,
agree with
attempting
me,
to
Mr.
damage
I
it,
said there was
burning
all-
fires,
Did I
throwing
say
stones and
overwhelmingly
Molotov cocktails
nonviolent?
towards Israeli forces, and
Okay.
flying incendiary
Okay.
kites and balloons
Okay.
into Israeli territory. The latter resulted
Yeah,
in
but-
extensive
but you
damage to
don't-
agricultural land and
okay.
nature reserves inside
Okay.
Israel, and risked the lives
Yeah,
of Israeli
because
civilians.
Mr.
Some incidents of
Mr.
shooting and
Borelli-
throwing up
Jesus
explosives. off the
Christ,
road.
this is annoying.
I'm just trying to
think that you're coherent.
I'm just
Notice Destiny's retort to Norm's description of the protests being
He's literally he's reading the fucking why, how the fuck I couldn't watch it because it was just shit like that. How do people watch this debate and think that Norm Finkelstein came off looking good? My God, dude, I can't fucking believe it. It's real. It's so weird.
Best trained. There were
But
snipers.
Fine.
Snipers.
Okay. All right.
And here's the thing. I legitimately think like it's got to be cope. It's got to be cope. I don't think that anybody actually thinks that these guys are like, there's no way, right? There's no way that anybody thinks that these guys are actually looking good in this debate, right? From the point of view of it being like, intellectual debate. Sunday thinks Destiny got dog walked too. Well, yeah. Well, fuck him. Why do we care what Sunday? Sunday literally like hit the self-destruct button to fucking destroy Destiny's career. Didn't matter if Pixie had to die for Destiny to go down, so fucking be it. Okay? Why do we care what that guy has to say? I live in a house 34. Please help me. Please help me. You come into my house making demands. I don't think so. I'm sorry, I don't have it in me to do like the whole anime villain bit. Just don't have it in me right now. I'm getting chased by coyotes. Oh. Cute little guys, aren't they? Okay.
Because, hey, laugh. It's hilarious. The story's so funny.
You're lying about
It's
the Great
so
March of Return
funny.
had aspects
Okay.
of violence to it.
Okay.
According, even the UN says it themselves.
Okay.
But you only collect what the UN says that you like.
You see, the problem, Mr. Morelli, is you don't know the English language. You don't.
I can read from the UN website itself. In regards to the Great March of Return, they said, while the vast majority of protesters have acted in a peaceful manner, during most protests, dozens have approached the fence, attempting to damage it, burning tires, throwing stones and Molotov cocktails towards Israeli forces, and flying incendiary kites and balloons into Israeli territory. The latter resulted in extensive damage to agricultural land and nature reserves inside Israel, and risked the lives of Israeli civilians. Some instances of shooting and throwing of explosives.
God, dude.
Talk fast.
I'm
So
just
people
trying to
think that you're coherent.
Notice Destiny's retort to Norm's description of the protests being overwhelmingly nonviolent is that there were actually aspects of violence. This is not a contradiction. Overwhelmingly means overwhelmingly.
عمري 16 سنة صوبت في يوم الأرض تاريخ 30/3 يوم الجمعة. كنت على الحدود الشرقية في رفح. كان في آلاف المتظاهرين والمتظاهرات شباب وفتيات ونساء وأطفال وشيوخ. وصلت على الساعة 9 صباحا. بدينا إنه أول ما وصلنا قعدنا شفنا وين رح نقعد وبعديها رجعنا صلينا الجمعة ورجعنا أنا وصاحبتي. لما وصلنا لقينا كل الشباب راجعين كلهم لورا ما حد متقدم. فمسكنا أنا وياها إيد بعض ووصلنا نقدم قدامهم واجوا باقي البنات صاروا يمسكوا ايدينا والشباب صاروا يهتفوا لنا ويشجعونا اكثر مشان نقدم اكثر. كنت امسك الاعلام واغرسهم واقرب اكثر واكثر. غرست العلم ومسكت علم ثاني وصرت الوح فيه. فالاحتلال يعني ما عجبه هالمنظر يعني. طبعا يعني كنت انا محروقه يعني من جوا كنت بغلي يعني تعرف شوفي كل الظلم اللي انت بتعيش كل يوم. كنت من الأقلية الموجودين يعني كنا بنعد على أصابعي اللي قدام. وأنا قدمت كثير وكنت بعيد عن اليهود أقل شيء 20 متر. لما لوحت في العلم سمعت صوت طلع صابت صدمة يعني كابوس. أول ما شالوني وقعت على الأرض بعدين شالوني ثاني مرة ودوني على الإمبلاط.
Is this guy gonna play any? Is he gonna have any of his like own commentary?
Now you find
Jesus
it
Christ.
so far-fetched. Israelis purposely, deliberately targeting civilians? That's such a far-fetched idea. An overwhelmingly non-violent march. What did the UN investigation find? Brace yourself. You thought it was so funny, the idea of IDF targeting civilians. It found, go look this up on your machine.
I already know what you're going
to say. Go look this up on your machine.
One or two of them were justified killings.
Targeted journalists, targeted medics, and here's the funniest one of all. It's so hilarious. They targeted disabled people who were 300 meters away from the fence and just standing by trees.
Zionism's crazy because it kind of backs you into a corner of having to defend the indefensible. And I don't know, if you're as shameless as Destiny is, that's not really an issue.
They're doing it to themselves.
But for most rational human beings, you see someone arguing that and you say, oh, that's an insane person. And that's the high ground we have on Zionism. The more people understand the truth, the less people are going to be publicly willing to defend these crimes. Destiny later nitpicks my comment about the media's use of terrorist designation in articles. Before covering the attack, these outlets always, of course, make sure to mention Hezbollah's US designation as a terrorist organization. Don't worry, guys. They were just terrorists. Nothing to see here. We got the bad guys. They were bad. We are good. Mission accomplished.
Relying on a US terrorist designation is retarded. But you don't need to do that. You could just know what Hezbollah is, which is like a paramilitary militant group that's funded by fucking Iran that now has like seats in the fucking Lebanese government that is like hostily taken over the southern part of that country, right? You could just know that. You don't fuck a US terrorist designation. But we're gonna start simping for them now. Is that what we're gonna do? Okay.
Even if we're going to explore the reasons why this terrorist designation is to him not illegitimate, it only reinforces the circular logic of the terrorist label. You don't have to call them terrorists to know that they are terrorists. Just look at what they do. They kill civilians. They violently overthrow governments. They take over entire countries. Okay, well, the US does all of those things, but it isn't on the US designated terrorist list, is it? Israel is US backed, the US being by the criteria we just looked at.
It's a non-state actor, though. The United States is a state actor. I guess you could say Hamas is a state actor. Okay, take them off the terrorist list. They're still doing like terrorist activities. They're not going after any legitimate targets. They're going out with the intention of killing just civilians. That is what they said that they were going to do. They have admitted that that's what they were doing. They were going out and they were killing civilians. That is what the point was. That was what their entire goal was. They were going out there to kill as many civilians as possible. Why in the fuck are you still here? Why are you not dead? I've destroyed your entire... Oh, do I actually have to control literally the entire fucking map for real? Cool. 1 second. There we go. How much more do I need to... Okay.
A terrorist state, but they're not on the list either. It's almost like these designations are selective and used to reinforce you.
1 second. My girlfriend's here and she didn't even tell me. Let me go say hi to my girlfriend. Oh wait, was the Assassin's Creed, is it successful? I thought that it flopped. Huh. Well, good for them. $2 million players, nice. All right, let's see if we can stomach any more of this. This isn't really that entertaining, even. I quit school because they had recess. Ah, no fun.
U.S. imperial hegemony. Oh my god, no way. What?
These subhuman, Neanderthal, knuckle-dragging, white dipshits, like Noah too, will sit here and fucking defend Hezbollah, which is what he's doing, as like a legitimate governing party. Hassan, the terrorist supporter as well, who is also very white. Don't ever be mistaken by his background or the way he looks sometimes, depending on what he's trying to present. Hassan is also one of the whitest people in the West, okay?
One of the whitest people in the West. He's one of the whitest people in the West, folks. You've never seen a whiter guy than this Hassan guy. Ultimately, we don't need to take people like Destiny seriously. Zionists criticizing Hezbollah is not doing so in good faith. Obviously, he is a Zionist. He supports the genocidal Israeli regime and opposes resistance to it, which is what Hezbollah is. The group exists as a...
Are you serious, man? Dude? Are you serious, man?
We don't need to take people like Destiny seriously. Zionists criticizing Hezbollah is not doing so in good faith. Obviously, he is a Zionist. He supports the genocidal Israeli regime and opposes resistance to it, which is what Hezbollah is. The group exists as a response to Israel's repeated colonial killing spree.
Weren't they a part of like the whole civil war that happened over there?
in Lebanon, which are not terrorism, apparently, because Israel's the good guys. So he's not a person we need to take seriously in any of these.
They shoot missiles indiscriminately with the goal of killing civilians.
Conversations on what needs to be done. That's the sort of criticism trap here on YouTube. You know, a guy who isn't a part of your movement criticizing your movement. I don't like having to even bring him up. I honestly just like that white boy's clips. I thought it was funny.
One of the whitest people in the West. Subhuman, Neanderthal, knuckle-dragging, white dipshits.
So I'll look at some more of this stuff in future video responses. I'm going to split them up point by point and see if we can dive a little deeper into these topics. I think that has potential to be worth it, but we'll see. Today, though, I want to look at just a few of the common arguments I saw from Ethan Klein, his supporters, and other participants of this campaign. And because this video is more influencer drama focused, I'm going to take that opportunity to do a sponsor now. That's when I'll do them, when I'm talking about random internet micro celebrities. For as long as I need to do them, which hopefully isn't much longer. Support me on Patreon to make this. This from can start for Switzerland his own sign up. I'm sorry. When go support the channel. All right, back to the video now. In this Instagram story, Ethan asks the question, when did I ever support a genocide?
When did we ever back a genocide?
I'm sorry.
When? Like, show me.
I have an answer to that. Let's go over it once again. Ethan Klein was the primary signal booster for the smear campaign against pro-Palestine activists that was orchestrated by a group of openly genocidal Zionists during the active genocide of Palestinians in Gaza. Every point raised in his content nuke video was borrowed directly from Destiny and his community regarding Hassan's alleged terrorism support, his alleged anti-Semitism, and his alleged extremist views.
Hassan uncritically interviewed this kid for about an hour. It was the most brazen display of disgusting terrorist propaganda that I have maybe ever seen in Western media. Okay, fine. He likes Hamas, he watches their propaganda, but he's not going to deny the violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the pale.
Ethan himself in this very stream reveals that he is aware of Destiny's comments that openly endorse the genocide of Palestinians.
The only person he's probably not defaming here would be Destiny because of his comment about, he said, I believe in genocide. He said, I think, and during one conversation, like that the Palestinians should just leave. So if you're talking about defamation, that's like an easy out, right? For legally speaking.
So that's one way to back genocide, is by functionally collaborating with an openly genocidal Zionist who you know is openly genocidal on a video that reached over 3 million people exclusively using arguments and out of context clips that were compiled by the community of that openly genocidal Zionist. The other major way that Ethan backed the genocide of Palestinians in Gaza with his video was by spreading atrocity propaganda narratives that the Israeli state, military, and its backers in the West have used as rhetorical justification for their genocidal actions. This backing precedes Ethan's content nuke, as he was one of the first major content creators to spread the 40 beheaded babies hoax.
They found 40 dead fucking babies at this kibbutz where like tons of people got killed. Now, I don't know if they were beheaded, okay? And some people really care about that detail. So to me, the 40 babies is enough.
I never really thought that I would see and have confirmed pictures of terrorists beheading children.
A false claim that he has yet to rescind or apologize for making. In the content nuke, he doubles down with this sort of propagandizing for the state of Israel by spreading the Hamas mass rapes hoax. He cited the documentary from Sheryl Sandberg that relied on testimony made under duress in Israeli detainment centers and unverified claims from witnesses.
Earlier, yeah, I know. I like it. It almost like it's something I don't even want to watch because like what's the fucking point? I'm high. I can't fucking think. I can't think. I can't push back on anything that he's talking about. Or are we still making these? Sondsol better be making money. I'm making money off of you. Like 1/4 of a cent per view. Less than.
This year, former Facebook executive Sheryl Sandberg produced a documentary that was screened at the White House and on Capitol Hill.
Last year, Hamas committed horrific acts of sexual violence. Cheryl, I thank you for all your work to bring to
Watch
light
the Icebean
horrors
video.
of
Link
this
it
issue,
in
and for
to
your
me,
film
Tron.
about what
Or
happened
where is it?
on October 7.
The way that Sandberg proved her case, shockingly, was significantly through the use of coerced interrogation videos. The documentary, of course, won praise in the pages of the New York Times and is, to this day, sitting on the White House website. The White House website now says, quote, preventing and responding to conflict-related sexual violence is a top priority for...
Hey there, my name is Icebeans, and I think it's finally time I threw my hat in the ring and talked about recent events. It's time we talked about the taxes folder.
You can see this is an example of the kind of structure that I'm referring to.
Okay, I'm only kind of kidding. What I want to talk about today is identity in streamer spaces and how you can fall into a cycle of defending behavior that you wouldn't otherwise support. I also want to talk about how I think you can get out of it. But first, a little more about me and my Twitch politics background. I first got into Twitch poll in 2020, around the time of the election when I started watching Vaush. At that time, I couldn't fathom people watching streams for longer than 2 hours, let alone 8, 9, 10 hours.
Yeah.
Seemed completely crazy to me.
I still don't understand how you guys watch me for more than like an hour. Even at my worst, when I was watching another streamer, it was probably the longest streams I would watch were Destiny and Vaush streams, and goddamn, I don't think I've ever watched an entire stream of theirs. I mean, obviously, I'm pretty sure nobody watches an entire stream of something, but still, holy shit, dude.
To me at the time. But after I found Demon Mama, I found myself doing exactly that. Even though I was never a huge chatter.
You know what? And as embarrassing as it is to have been a former Vaush fan, at least I'll never be as bad as Icebeans in being a former Demon Mama fan.
This was the first streamer community that I felt like I was really a part of. I even called myself an imp. And I remember getting shit for that for what are probably obvious reasons. From Demon Mama, I found Dr. Heemdout, or as some of you might remember him as Heem. Heem was himself a Dylan Burns orbiter, an unapologetic Destiny fan, and a filthy, filthy capitalist. But his community was the one that really clicked for me. It became my community, and that community was so well-rounded and robust that to this day I'm still trying to emulate it. I met a lot of good folks out of Heem's community, and to this day some of those people are good friends and great chatters.
Wait, I'm sorry, I must have missed something. What about TOS violations? Wait, hold on, I'm going back.
At the time, but after I found Demon Mama, I found myself doing exactly that. Even though I was never a huge chatter, this was the first streamer community that I felt like I was really a part of. I even called myself an imp, and I remember getting shit for that for what are probably obvious reasons. From Demon Mama, I found Dr. Heemdout, or as some of you might remember him as Heem. Heem was himself a Dylan Burns orbiter, an unapologetic Destiny fan, and a filthy, filthy capitalist. But his community was the one that really clicked for me. It became my community, and that...
I miss there being streamers like him in the space, because he really was like... I think I had like one discussion where we really disagreed, right? But I think that he's probably just like one of like the most normal and like decent people to have ever been in the space, like as a human being, just like a decent fucking person, you know? And there's just not that very much in this space at all still to this day. Actually, I don't know that. I don't know that many people in the space. You know what I need to do? I need to branch the fuck out. I need to make some new friends. Like the Rinyald's notebook guy seems like a cool dude. Non-Fawn seems like a cool dude. I need to do like some duo debates with dudes like that. People who are smarter than me that will make me look good. Okay. No, but yeah, like I need to fucking, if I can't meet people in the normal way because I don't have time to fucking leave my house or besides going to work here, then I need to find a way to, oh, that scared the fucking shit out of me. Oh, I thought my girlfriend left again, but she's still here. Oh. All right, let's keep going.
That community was so well.
Also, that's something that I'm like jealous of when it comes to other. You know what? There's two things I'm jealous of. Number one, I don't have it. I don't have whatever it is that allows people to easily make friends and keep friends over the internet. I wish that I had that shit, dude. Because I just don't. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but it is very difficult for me to make friends on the internet. And it's very hard for me to maintain talking to people. It's very hard for me to respond. Like, ask Tron, right? Ask Tron how hard it is to get me to respond to anything. I'm just really bad. Even though I'm very charismatic and I'm very, like, personable in person, when it comes to talking to people online, even people that I know, right? Even off stream, for some reason, I can't turn it off. It's just like, there has to be a specific purpose, you know? You're just bad at socializing. There's some kind of disconnect for like over the internet. Like, it's always combative with me. I'm always combative no matter what I do. That needs to stop, but
rounded and robust that to this day I'm still trying to emulate it. I met a lot of good folks out of Heem's community, and to this day some of those people are good friends and great chatters. That community helped to round out some of the more outlandish ideals that I'd taken from Demon Mama and to a lesser extent Vaush. So if you want to blame somebody for why I'm a dirty lib, you can blame Heem. Now Heem doesn't stream anymore, but I do. I started streaming around the start of 2022, and I've been slowly building my community ever since. I'm getting deported. They found out that I beat my cat.
okay, there. It's finally loaded. She was part of Demon Mama's community? Yeah, she's already admitted to being embarrassed by that fact. Sondsol, do you think the character type streamers get old and stale in the politics space? It seems people that take themselves too serious took over. Well, yeah, like, because a character streamer is probably going to wear itself out real fast when it comes to topics like this, you know? If you're going to act like a character, then you're probably just, people aren't going to watch you for a long term because people actually care about these topics and you're going to be seen as making a mockery of it. Or your entire community is going to be fucking retarded and nobody wants to talk to you. Those are the two options.
Cats. Oh, I'm sorry. Hi. Listen, that I support eugenics. I'm not racist. I'm just realistic. Listen, I support incest, and so I got a visit from the police. Heem went off into the wilderness to get his degree and become a doctor and have a kid and I guess live his own damn life. But before I could even start to see my own community as a replacement for Heem's, something happened that made me change my whole perspective
I try
on
to be
being a VGGer, an imp, or even a...
Please watch this. It's extremely relevant. Sweet Christ. It better be.
Square article on Sony's censorship of this game, and this is the image that they have accompanying it. Hey, everyone, raise your hands if you want a special extra gameplay mode where a girl who looks like this gets to have extra outfits where her rage gauge fills up. Okay. This girl literally looks like that middle school girl in the anime made for pedophiles that I keep seeing images of that I will never watch. The one that has two metal hair clips. The one that always does a cat face. It literally looks like her.
What the fuck is he talking about? You know, that one anime that keeps on popping up on my feed. The one for pedophiles. Bro, are you fucking kidding me? I don't remember this one. This is bad, dude.
Square article on Sony's censorship of this game, and this is the image that they have accompanying it. Hey, everyone, raise your hands if you want a special extra gameplay mode where a girl who looks like this gets to have extra outfits where her rage gauge fills up. Okay, this girl literally looks like that middle school girl in the anime made for pedophiles that I keep seeing images of that I will never watch. The one that has two metal hair clips. The one that always does a cat face. It literally looks like her. Nagatoro, yeah, that's probably her name. This girl looks like she's in middle school. I mean, I know that anime has an abstracted art.
No! Vaush!
Okay, no more.
Vaush!
No more. Yep, okay.
Delete the lolly now! Delete the lolly!
Okay. I get it. Wait, what were we watching? Oh, yeah.
Humor. The taxes folder. Okay, so for the two of you who don't know what the taxes folder situation is, let me give you a quick summary. In early 2024, Vaush accidentally opened his downloads folder on stream, revealing that next to his taxes folder was an impressive collection of AI porn featuring lolly subjects and horsecocks. The horsecocks were problematic for those people who didn't already know about Vaush's predilection for horsecock references, but the more pressing thing for concerned VGGers was the fact that their favorite streamer might be a lolicon, when Vaush himself had in the past equated liking lolly with more troubling implications.
I think that if you have an interest in that sort of stuff, you should definitely be checking yourself as to why. You know, like, the thing that really bothers me about this shit, apart from the fact that anytime you want to look at, like, hentai on a hentai site, you have to, like, negate the tag lolly and thus 50% of the site's content. The thing that bothers me is people who pretend there's no relationship whatsoever between, like, drawn lolly shit and actual...
Jesus, so fucking bad. Okay, give me one more second. I'm gonna grab one more thing. I could have given you music, but I don't like giving you what you want. Also, hasn't anyone talked about the fact that he was using his work computer for personal use? He's either committing tax fraud or missing a huge tax deduction. Well, I mean, people were talking about that, but I think that people were more concerned with the fact that he's probably, like, more pedophile coded than zero.
Attraction to children. Of course there's a relationship between those things. It's ridiculous to pretend otherwise. So they need to be aware of that, if anything.
Vaush famously excused himself by saying that he thought that they were short stack goblins. People canceled him left and right. Ethan from H3H3 put out a massive hit piece, and the VGG community has kind of been in a fortress arc ever since. Aside from providing Twitchpoll with endless memes, the taxes folder situation was the first in which I had the space and distance to observe the VGG community and see how they were handling this pretty damning blow to their streamer man. I was initially...
Whatever happened to Demon Mama? Has she said anything? Has she, like, been on any social media? Has she been on... fucking, I don't know, Blue Sky on Twitter? Is she just like fucking done? Did she fucking, after the most recent shit where they like outed her partners as being fucking pedophiles, did she fuck off forever? And if you're someone like Demon Mama, what do you do for work after all of that? Like, What do you do, man? Did she like officially retire? Is there like a statement somewhere that says I'm retired? Or did she put out like a video or something? Six months old is the newest video. Yeah, I guess she's fucking gone. That's crazy. Okay.
Actually fascinated by the different types of VGGers that emerged out of the aftermath. I even made this mirror board and talked to some of my streamer friends about it at the time because I was trying to put my finger on what was bothering me about this situation. And keep in mind, by this point, I wasn't a part of VGG at all, and I was barely a part of Demon Mama GG. It was easy for me to see why Vaush's behavior was bad, and his subsequent scramble and attempt to explain and defend himself wasn't anywhere close to being enough. I got too bogged down with the outcomes of VGG chatters who decided to stay in his community, and I ended up shelving that idea. But this concept has been cooking in my head since that time, and it wasn't until recent events that it crystallized into a workable framework that I call the defense cycle. Let's walk through this quickly, and just for fun, we're going to use Mr. Horsecock himself as an example. Let's say you have an incredibly popular but also incredibly problematic streamer. Over time, the community that doesn't find their behavior a deal breaker in one way or the other finds ways to defend and rationalize it. Well, this was a clip chimp. He apologized for that one, get over it. Okay, but this was actually a normal response given the circumstances. Over time, these debunk logs, as I like to call them, get longer and longer as more and more bad behavior gets excused away. And because of the unique position the streamer is in, they are able to give their supporters the language that they need to normalize the behavior. In return, the supporters that stay continue to rationalize future bad behavior and further limit their own ability to see when their streamer man takes an L. Now, if you're on the other side, pushing back against these foot soldiers, I mean fans, you might be tempted to engage with some of these rationalizations. Maybe you're attempting to break them out of the programming, or maybe you're just tired of the sweeping for their streamer man. Unfortunately for you though, you're not going to be able to debate bro them out of that position. And I think it's because of why they're participating in the defense cycle in the first place. There are many reasons why people in this space feel like they belong to the communities that they're in. They might have strong community ties, or they might really believe in the value of the work that the
yes, I was actually about to say the exact same thing. I think that Icebeans, I doubt she's still in chat right now, but she absolutely has a future doing this. The video essay thing, 1,000,000%. This is very good up to this point. I'm actually just super interested to see what she says next.
The community is doing. Maybe they just really like the streamer figure. Maybe the streamer's work was the thing that pulled them out of a toxic mentality and onto a more healthier path. As a content creator, you rely on this phenomenon to keep your community together and hopefully growing. And when allegations come up, it makes sense that your community would come to your defense. Generally speaking, I think that this is a perfectly fine dynamic. Where I think it starts becoming an issue is when the big kahuna of your community starts displaying seriously problematic behavior. Behavior that you wouldn't otherwise defend. Whatever your reason is for calling yourself a VGGer or DGGer or Hemer or anything else, you can very
Humor.
easily fall into this defense cycle, and the longer that it is that you're in it, the harder it's going to become for you to get out of it. And let's be real with ourselves. This isn't something that's limited to Vaush. I could very easily recreate this cycle with content creators who have their own problematic behaviors. As a viewer, I think that being in this defense cycle
No, we're
can
the
warp your
swipers.
understanding of what bad behavior looks like and how people should respond to allegations of misconduct. I know that Twitch poll is rife with memes and edgy humor and wild hypotheticals that would turn away most normies, but at some point you have to admit that
Swiper
some of
gang,
the
rise up.
behaviors that we as viewers defend are behaviors that we wouldn't tolerate in our own lives or from our own friends and peers or from the people that we look up to. And if you're a content creator, this kind of cycle can put you on a self-destructive path where the only people in your community are people who continue to tolerate your bad behavior. Beyond that, your content can drastically shift too, as the drama and defense of your behavior becomes the content. A really good example of someone whose content has drastically shifted in this way is Ethan from H3H3.
He really forced me to do all this shit, man. Like, but the world needs to know that he's actually the worst. If you think I'm just making this video out of spite, you're right. This is a spite video.
Catch you later,
But it's
Nico.
all true.
When the taxes folder situation happened, as I was putting together the Miro board to try to sort out my thoughts, I came across this video from President Sunday called Why I'm Done with Vaush. In it, he outlined the events as they happened from his perspective, and he said a couple of things that were pretty interesting.
I didn't do what I normally would do and make a judgment. I didn't condemn Vaush. I didn't believe he was that person. So I waited for Vaush to say something else, something that would fix it. I don't know what I was hoping Vaush would say. I guess I really was just hoping for some explanation. And even when he gave one, and it was completely unconvincing, I still waited. There was a moment in Ethan's second stream where Ethan pointed out that
If you're friends with someone in real life, and you have history, and you have rapport, and if something comes up that's really concerning, you would talk to your friend. But these are not my friends. These are people online that I know. And even saying I know them is kind of stretching it.
these are not my friends. These are people online that I know. And even saying I know them is kinda stretching it.
From President Sunday's perspective, he initially gave Vaush the benefit of the doubt because of the community ties that they shared and their perceived friendship. He said he was angry because he saw Vaush's lack of an adequate response as an abandonment of that community and its values. As he put it, Vaush...
I mean, you could probably make this, maybe she'll make this, she'll tie this back to DGG here in a second. Actually, you know, let me go back, let me hear what she said there.
Across this video from President Sunday called Why I'm Done with Vaush. In it, he outlined the events as they happened from his perspective, and he said a couple of things that were pretty interesting.
I didn't do what I normally would do and make a judgment. I didn't condemn Vaush. I didn't believe he was that person. So I waited for Vaush to say something else, something that would fix it. I don't know what I was hoping
Fix
Vaush
it,
would
Vaush!
say. I guess I really was just hoping for some explanation. And even when he gave one, and it was completely unconvincing, I still waited. There was a moment in Ethan's second stream where Ethan pointed out that
If you're friends with someone in real life, and you have history, and you have rapport, and if something comes up that's really concerning, you would talk to your friend. But these are not my friends. These are people online that I know. And even saying I know them is kind of stretching it.
these are not my friends. These are people online that I know. And even saying I know them is kinda stretching it.
From President Sunday's perspective, he initially gave Vaush the benefit of the doubt because of the community ties that they shared and their perceived friendship. He said he was angry because he saw Vaush's lack of an adequate response as an abandonment of that community and its values. As he put it, Vaush was happy to let other people throw themselves on grenades in his defense. On one hand, I think President Sunday was on the right track here. He identified that there was a framework of parasociality and friendship that would explain why community members would come to the defense of their central figure, at least those that wouldn't come to their senses and leave. And ultimately, to President Sunday, Vaush taking advantage of the generosity that was granted by that relationship was the final straw that broke the camel's back.
Everyone pays for what Vaush has done, except Vaush. Because even by just trying to be fair and to give him a chance to explain himself, I have been accused of parasocially defending Vaush myself. But the thing about parasocial relationships is that it's extremely hard to tell you're in one from the inside.
But I don't think President Sunday went far enough with this idea. Parasociality, or the friendship angle, is just one reason why someone might engage in the defense cycle, and in my opinion, what that reason is will change how you can ultimately escape it. At the time the Vaush stuff happened, I still considered myself a hemer, even though by that point he had already left streaming to go and get a life. And afterwards, I stopped seeing myself as a part of any one content creator's community. Today, even though I'm building my own community, and no, we are not called what you're thinking of right now, I can probably expect my community to come to my defense during drama, but I still have a
IGBB? IGBB? IGB? IGG? Wait, oh, fuck. Wait, what is the, what is the joke? Wait, what was the joke? Icebeans. GG. IGG. I don't know. I don't know what it could be.
Responsibility to learn from my mistakes and not let my community shape my future behavior for the worse. As a viewer or peer, I still connect and collaborate with other creators and communities in this space. I might even take on a few labels to a certain extent. But again, I still have a responsibility to make sure that I'm not trapped in a defense cycle of behavior that I don't support. And if you're still watching this video, I'm not expecting you to stop watching anyone or change how you consume their content or cancel anyone publicly. I just like to invite you to consider some things. Why are you here? Why do you feel like you belong? Do you find yourself defending behavior that you wouldn't otherwise support? And most importantly, is all of this fulfilling? Or do you think you could start looking elsewhere for what you really wanted out of all of this?
Well, here's the thing. People will ask like, oh, is this fulfilling for you? But the answer is like, well, yeah, that's why it was fulfilling for me when I was fucking in amongst the worst parts of the community. Okay. When I was engaging in all the like crazy drama. Yeah, it was fulfilling. It was fun. It's a stupid question to ask. Icebeamers would be really fucking stupid. But I refuse to believe that Icebeans has such bad taste as to call her community the Icebeamers. Okay. This is almost over.
Could you watch literally anything else? Thank you for watching. This was my first serious video essay, and if you liked it, please like and subscribe so I can do more YouTube content. I'm currently working on a video essay about the USPS, so be sure you hit that bell to be notified when that comes out. And don't forget to leave a comment. If you'd like to chat with me about this video, I do stream weekly on Twitch at ice_beans, so come on by.
Cool. That was a good video. Jesus Christ. Hassan is a fraud. Sellout would be more accurate. Objectively, he's promoting a terrible game just for the money. Is that what the guy playing your Path of Exile 2 account tells you? Jesus Christ, Conroe. Well, fuck. All right, folks. I'm at the point of the being really high that it's either in stream or we do something like super no effort.
Well, in Washington, D.C. for St. Patrick's Day. Bro, oh my god. I fucking forgot this happened on St. Patrick's Day. Oh! Bro, okay. Imagine you have how many... There's at least like 4 people living in Ireland, and there's probably plenty of like former like American actors who are Irish, and you choose this son of a bitch. You choose this guy. Anyways.
He's having fun. Yeah, no, we're ending the stream. I love you guys very much. But I'm too high to care to put in any effort. Next time I'm going to have How Can This Man Be Real? Okay, this is the last thing. But next time I'm going to have ADHD medicine, so we will be cooking.
Around Usha's visit to... Hey guys, it's Shady Vance, the Vice President, and you know there was so much excitement around Usha's visit to Greenland this Friday that I decided that I didn't want her to have all that fun by herself, and so I'm going to join her. I'm going to visit some of our guardians in the Space Force on the northwest coast of Greenland and also just check out what's going on with the security there of Greenland. As you know, it's really important. A lot of other countries have threatened Greenland.
Why do they all copy his mannerisms and his gesticulations?
And also just check out what's going on with the security there of Greenland. As you know, it's really important. A lot of other countries have threatened Greenland, have threatened to use its territories and its waterways to threaten the United States, to threaten Canada, and of course to threaten the people of Greenland. So we're going to check out how things are going there. And I say that speaking for President Trump, we want to reinvigorate the security of the people of Greenland because we think it's important to protecting the security of the entire world. Unfortunately,
don't care. Don't care. All right, I'll catch you guys next time.